Yarana my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about handles. Why it's so important to have a good handle on a spear gun. First of all, we really have to talk about recoil, because this is the key part, the real important part when we have to define how to make our handle. First of all, I wanted to make a little bit of a clarification about it, because if you look at this sniper shotgun, they have incredible recoil. They're capable of shooting a bullet for kilometers with a lot of recoils, and they're super precise. The reason is very simple. In a regular shotgun, the bullet is usually a tiny little piece of lead with a very little mass that is launched at speed that usually are supersonic. So that actually the recoil kicks in when the bullet is already out of the barrel. In the spear gun case, we are in the opposite world. So basically our bullet is a shaft that is, depending on the type of shaft, it can be around a kilo, so a couple of pounds, right? And it's 1 meter 60 of length average. It's a very heavy and super slow bullet compared to a shotgun. So when the kickback, the recoil kicks in most cases the shaft is still, part of the shaft is still on the barrel. So every movement of the barrel can actually modify the trajectory of our shaft. So it is very important to understand this right now, because the way that we hold our spear gun in our hands becomes fundamental to avoid the movement of the barrel that are going to deviate our shaft, and having it, especially in long range shot, having very imprecise spear guns. It is very important when we hold our spear gun that the alignment between the rail of our gun and our arm is perfect, right? We really need the shaft to be in line with our arm. I saw in many spear guns that the trigger is too far away, and so what we do naturally to go and catch the trigger is to move the hand around the handle, and this creates an angle, as I was showing you, an angle, this I'm exaggerating, between your arm and the barrel. So once the recoil kicks in, what we're gonna have is that our wrist is gonna move, and of course, I'm exaggerating again, the barrel is gonna move a little bit on the side. We're gonna have this type of movement, right? This is very bad, because once it happens, our shaft might be still around here, the tail of our shaft, and every movement is gonna just touch it and deviate it. And so we're gonna have an imprecise shot. Always what I wanted was precision over power. Precision over power for me is also very important, especially here in French Polynesia. We have a lot of sharks. It is fundamental to land these KO shots that are fundamental to bring the fish home. In spear guns like the Repu, which is a double bend, we have some recoil that we try to control with the mass, of course, of the gun. It's a pretty massive gun, even though it's not a huge one. But we can also contain a lot of this bad effect by placing the handle in a way that it actually, as I said, the shaft is in line with our arm. Why is this? Because if I have an impact on my wrist in the same direction of the arm, it's not going to move. While if I have an angle, so in this case it's going to be in this side, the wrist is going to move. There is no way to avoid this unless we're not going to hold super tight our spear gun, which is a bad thing, because when we're diving, all we want is to be relaxed. We don't want to hold the gun with a super strong hold, because this is gonna use our oxygen, it's gonna create tension. And something that I really learned about spearfishing is the fish hears us, but can feel our belly tension, can feel the tension, and in many cases we will see that the fish is not going to approach because we are too tense. Part of it could be the way that we are handling our gun. So this is why I developed this handle that in a way is fully ergonomic. So we have, I don't want to hide it. I tried to copy, to use as an example, the Olympics type of pistols, where the handles are really tailored for the guy that is participating to competitions. But in my case, what I wanted to do was something that was pretty standard, but has those key features that are in all pistols, competition pistols. And one is the place to rest my thumb is very important for that, to have this type of a U thing, that when I pull the trigger is all in line. The second thing, I wanted to have a little bit of a recess to put my medium finger, the one that is actually going to hold the whole thing, and the other two finger can rest. So this is a pretty standard handle that can be worn by big or small hands, because what you want is really to do this, and then you can accommodate your hands no matter how big they are, right? So I also offer a regular handle, which is a right-handed and left-handed handle, but I don't give the choice to my client to have it on guns with recoil. So my Repu, the double band, and my Ono, the triple band, are guns that will be sold only with left-handed or right-handed handles. Another important part that I wanted to talk to you about handles is the fact that they really have to stay in your hand and cannot rotate in your hand. This is very important. When we have a regular handle like this one, a central handle, they can rotate. We don't have enough blocks to move. While when we have these type of handles, the ergonomic one, once you secure your hand around it, they will not move. It's impossible to move it. Even with a little pressure, without having to hold them fast, we really have the gun in our hand. This is why we're gonna hold them in line with our arm, so that the recoil is not gonna do anything. It's gonna move this way, and we're not gonna have any rotation like this in our hands, okay? This is why I highly recommend also to put in your handle anti-skid, because this is gonna impede furthermore the possibility of the handle to move around it. And also, if you want, we also put this carbon plate to protect it from hits. So that being said, guys, as always, I ask you to subscribe to my channel, put a like if you want, talk to your friends, send me comments if you wanted to talk more about these things, if you have ideas for future videos that you might want me to talk about. No problem, I'm here for that. And as always, Enjoints.